2023 Alfa Romeo Tonale changes Alfa Romeo sales into an electrified future with the introduction of the Tonale, a compact SUV that also serves as the entry point to the Italian carmaker's offerings. Two powertrains are on tap. First is a turbo 2.0-liter four-cylinder that makes 256 horsepower, teamed with a 9-speed automatic transmission. More interestingly, the Tonale debuts a PHEV powertrain that offers 272 total horsepower, 30 miles of all-electric range, and 3 drive modes: dual power/dynamic, natural, and advanced efficiency. Alfa equips both with all-wheel drive. The automaker offers a long list of infotainment and safety technology, including Uconnect 5, in a suavely designed interior. The Tonale is the first plug-in hybrid Alfa Romeo, and is a stepping stone between the range of petrol and diesel-powered cars in its showrooms now, and the first electric model that'll join them in 2024. Beyond the shift to electrification, the Tonale also represents a long-overdue push into a key slice of the luxury car market. Alfa's Tonale has the good looks to draw some serious attention among that crowd, but it'll need to be more than just a pretty face if it's to make serious inroads on the sales charts. It launches down under early in 2023 with mild hybrid power, with a plug-in hybrid on test here to follow late in the year. Alfa Romeo hasn't offered an indicative price for the Tonale PHEV, but expect to pay a decent premium over the equivalent hybrid model. In Europe, the price gap between the powertrains is equivalent to around $15,000. Sure, the requisite touchscreen infotainment system and digital dashboard are present, but they're part of a cabin that feels distinctly Alfa Romeo. The front seats in the Tonale we drove were generously padded, with enough bolstering to feel sporty, and the steering wheel has been lifted from the larger Stelvio. With the start button popping out of its hub and metal paddles mounted to the steering column, it looks fantastic, although you won't actually use the paddles, and they obstruct the stalks behind them. Facing the driver is a digital instrument binnacle capable of showing maps, a trip computer, or your media details. The range of views and detail offered is in keeping with what's available elsewhere in the segment, which isn't something we've been able to say about other recent Alfa Romeos and their more basic analog dashes. It's also able to mimic classic Alfa Romeo dials, which is a touch we'd love to see more carmakers integrate. The touchscreen infotainment system is set high on the dashboard and angled towards the driver. It's easy to reach on the move, and based on our limited poking around offers snappy responses. Smartphone mirroring is wireless, and the hybrid nerds out there are able to delve deep into stats about how they've been using the car's PHEV system. For the most part, it feels like a nicely screwed together cabin. There are some scratchy plastics down lower, but that's par for the class, and the way the rest of the cabin is presented really is excellent. You also get plenty of spaces to store your stuff, from the wireless charge pad and open bin at the base of the dashboard to the central cup holders, smallish underarm bin, and bottle-friendly door pockets. Alfa Romeo made some bold claims about the amount of cabin space on offer, arguing it designed the Tonale to house 4 1.9 meters tall adults at the same time. There's no doubt the rear seats are better than what's on offer in most rivals, but it's not time to sell your basketball team's minibus just yet. Legroom and tow room are very good for the class behind a regular height front passenger, but tall teenagers or adults will have their head close to the roof lining back there. Amenities in the rear include one USB-A and one USB-C port, along with air vents, a fold-down central armrest, and bottle pockets in the doors. Power in the Tonale PHEV comes from the combination of a 1.3-liter turbocharged petrol engine making 132 kilowatts of power and 270 newton-meters of torque, teamed with a 90 kilowatts electric motor. There's also a 33 kilowatts electric motor paired with the engine, although it never directly drives the wheels. Instead, it helps the turbocharger at low engine speeds to cut lag, and allows the petrol engine to recharge the battery pack. The petrol engine powers the front wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission, while the e-motor is attached to the rear axle. A 15.5 kilowatt-hours nickel-manganese cobalt battery pack sits beneath the floor, good for up to 69 kilometers of electric driving on the WLTP combined test cycle. Alfa Romeo claims up to 80 kilometers of range in the city. We saw 55 kilometers on a loop including town driving, mountain roads, and some time on the motorway. Claimed fuel economy is 1.4 liters per 100 kilometers, although that is contingent on having a full battery. On a 110 kilometers loop we saw 4.2 liters/100 kilometers. The 100 km per hour sprint takes a claimed 6.2 seconds, and flat out you'll be doing 135 km per hour in pure electric mode, or 206 km per hour with the petrol engine contributing. Prod the start button on the steering wheel and the Tonale defaults to electric mode. It can be locked in EV mode by selecting A, Advanced Efficiency, on the mode dial, but even in N, Normal, cycles between electric and petrol power is required. It leans hard on the electric motor when there's charge in the battery. With 90 kilowatts of power hauling a 1,835 kilograms crossover, it doesn't feel like a rocket in electric mode, but the Tonale moves off the mark smoothly and will pull all the way to 135 km per hour without burning a drop of petrol. With both petrol and electric power sources singing, the Tonale gets a move on. With the electric motor and petrol engine in play, it feels every bit as quick as the official 6.2-second claimed 100 km per hour would suggest. Alfa Romeo backs its cars with a 5-year, unlimited kilometer warranty in Australia.